being in a rural area, we have 7 local schools that feed us, plus we have a lot of dislocated workers that come back to us. What we find is about 90% come in unprepared for math, college level math, and about 60% for a college level English. We looked at our developmental program, and the students who are coming out of our developmental education, both in English and math, were coming out unprepared for their gatekeeper courses, and still were not doing well. Even though they were making it through at a relatively low rate, the ones who did make it through weren't successful. So based on that data from Achieving the Dream, we basically blew up our entire developmental education system. We changed it completely, revitalized it, hired 2 new faculty members, one in math, one in English, that would concentrate on those areas. We also added supplemental instruction in the classrooms in developmental, where we have a student who sits in the classroom, models the perfect student, and then does group tutoring and mentoring afterwards, either built in or at a different time. Besides that, we also connected 2 courses to our developmental education. Students who are 2 levels down in developmental education must take a study skills course along with their developmental course, and then ones who are 1 level down take a college success course, a brand new one we developed for Achieving the Dream, with that class. So students who are 2 levels down end up taking both study skills and college success. And those classes are designed really as ways to create more interactions with faculty who are very hands-on. For faculty can look and see if they're having problems, and then be able to bring in more resources to help students who are having problems.
So the hands-on, the high-touch atmosphere, is there a new role for technology, say, in facilitating that?
All of our developmental classes use My Math Lab or My Writing Lab or My Reading Lab. Also, we've got an early alert system that's just coming on, where they can actually just send an email. It's like a message to a new counselor we have, a new advisor, that her job is to do these early alert things, so that any faculty member can say, this student's having problems, they need to have contact. And it's not just we used to just send a letter saying, you're not, faculty have noticed that you're not doing this, and we never knew if they got it or not. This person actually makes contact with them, calls them on the phone, asks them to come in, and says, what's wrong? What's going on? How can we help you? And it's those personal contact points that allow the students to achieve it. And when we use technology, use technology to foster that communication. When we first joined Achieving the Dream, during our faculty professional days that fall, we ran a game, and it was a game we ran into here at, actually in Austin, at that Strategy Institute, and it was called The Finish Line. And one of our English professors, Joel Brower, had seen it, and he said, this is great, and explained it to us what it was, because the rest of us didn't go. He went to it. And we saw that, and when we knew fall, kickoff, football, goals, things like that, and we just created this hokey football game that was based on the lives of 4 students, each one in a different position in their life, and we got everyone involved. We shut the campus down for 2 hours. Everybody was there, even the board of trustees, every staff member, and they all got to read cards, the ones who wanted to, and they were plays for the students. Some were good plays, like they would fill out their FAFSA, or they got a scholarship. Others were bad plays, car broke down, they didn't attend class for some reason, kids got sick, and it showed how a lot of life events that were out of the control of the student played a role in their success or failure. And then right after that was done, we debriefed and said, okay, we realized this was a hokey game, but what does it mean to you? And it was amazing to see, because a lot of the faculty and the staff, they all jumped up and said, well, I hear this stuff all the time. I mean, we think it's hokey the way we did it, but I hear this all the time from students. And it was staff members saying it, it was faculty members saying it, just they couldn't believe it was these are our students. So then the question was, what are we going to do about it? And so we've done things. We created a help me at montcalm.edu, and it's an email address where any student, any question, it doesn't matter what it is, you just email, say, I can't find the bathrooms. It doesn't matter what it is. They're going to get you in touch with the right person. So it's really based on that idea that there's so much that students don't know. And that came out of it. We started running lunchtime sessions on reading and writing and speech, and what do you do with your professors, and things like that. Things that students generally don't know that they need to know when they get there. I am somebody who achieved the dream. Actually, when I was 30 years old, I had owned my own business, been in the Marine Corps, and sold my business and went into a factory working as a supervisor, and it was meat processing. And if you ever worked at a meat processor, you know it's probably one of the worst jobs in the world. And I remember one day I'm standing there and I thought, I have to do something else. I don't want to do this the rest of my life. So I looked up where the nearest community college was. It was in the next county over, and it was Montcalm Community College, where I am now, and started classes. Full-time dad, full-time work, full-time school. So I know exactly what it's like, and there's so many things that could go wrong. Luckily, I had a supportive wife and family, and I started school first part-time. Within 2 semesters, I was full-time, and I remember sitting in class and just thinking, wow, this is what I want to do. I love education. I never thought of it. I went there thinking I just want to get my associate's degree, that's it. Next thing I know, I'm moving on to getting my bachelor's, then my master's, then I became part-time faculty at the college, then full-time faculty, then dean. Now I'm vice president, and some of the faculty who I was in their classrooms 15 years ago are still there. And we get along great. And it's good to see, because I think they trust me and I trust them. And it's just so when I see Achieving the Dream, I think, that's me. And when I go into classrooms, like college success, to talk to the students, that's why I tell them, I was right there 15 years ago, and you can do it too.
So great, Rob. Thank you for an inspiring story. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks.